We have Bristol Palin's first live interview. You all know her as the daughter of Governor Sarah Palin, also a teen mother, one of 750,000 teen pregnancies each year. We say that because today is National Day to Prevent Teen Pregnancy, and Bristol is now a teen ambassador speaking out about the issue. We're going to hear from Bristol in just a moment, but first, a look back at her story. They stood as a typical American family, Bristol Palin with her siblings, as their mom, Alaska Governor Sarah Palin, became the Republican vice presidential candidate.
Our family has the same ups and downs as any other, the same challenges and the same joys.
But Bristol's smile betrayed the drama that invaded her life after news that the daughter of the abstinence-preaching governor was pregnant at just 17. With the truth out, headlines rained down, and the Palins announced that Bristol would have the baby and would marry her 18-year-old boyfriend, Levi Johnston. The bright spot in this media storm was the birth of a healthy boy, Trip, in December.
Certainly you make the most of it, and Bristol is a strong and bold young woman, and she is an amazing mom. And this little baby is very lucky to have her as a mama.
Just 3 months after Tripp's birth, Bristol and Levi separated, an uncomfortable situation made more so when Levi began to speak out about their relationship.
Engagement's off, yeah.
And whose idea was that?
It was both of ours. That's not me not being mature enough or something and having a kid and think it'd be better. No, better for us to just separate for a while.
Bristol, however, has chosen to use the interest in her life to do something positive, to send a message of caution to other teens. She's working for the Candies Foundation as a teen ambassador, where she'll talk about her experience and hopefully help other girls. Bristol, of course, is joining us live now. It's great to have you here.
Well, thanks for having me here today.
So let's get to what really matters here. How is the little man? How is Trip?
Awesome. He's getting so chubby and so big. He's awesome.
4 months old, right?
Yeah.
What's he doing now? What does that mean? The head is up?
Yeah.
Is he trying to get up on all fours? What's he doing?
He's sitting up and rolling over, and he just started giggling.
Beautiful, beautiful. No joy like that in your life.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Now, what is the biggest surprise? Forget about all the media, the news about this, the drama, of being a parent. What was the biggest thing?
It's a 24-hour job, and it's a huge responsibility.
Life is different than you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, your priorities completely change once you have a baby.
And you came into it in a difficult way because you're on the national stage. Your mother, a very important political figure at that time. Let me ask you, when you had to confront the decision that you knew you were pregnant and you had to tell your mom and dad, what was that like?
Harder than labor. It was one of the hardest things you'll ever have to go through. And I hope that me speaking out now will prevent girls from having to do that in the future.
Were you more worried that I'm pregnant or I have to tell my parents?
A little bit of both. I knew that it would be a huge shock and a huge surprise for my parents.
What did they say when you told them?
They were disappointed and surprised, and they've been so supportive and just have been there for me since day one.
Were you more worried about your dad or your mom?
Both.
For different reasons?
Yeah.
What were you worried about with your dad?
Just the disappointment.
And your mom?
The same, and just they were so surprised and so shocked that I was.
Well, now you've had the baby, he's healthy, you've made this decision to go forward. But let me ask you, back then, because of the concern and the worry about being pregnant, did you consider, should I keep this baby, should I not? Should I tell them, should I run? What did you think?
I knew from the second I found out that I was pregnant that I was going to keep the baby, and I think that's the best choice, and that's what I was going to do. It was the right choice.
With the pressure on your mom being that growing political figure, were you worried that you would spoil for her, that this would somehow be damaging to her?
I never really thought about that, honestly.
Now, because you're doing the teen ambassador thing, you're getting out there the message, so this becomes a relevant issue in your own life. You got pregnant, why? Because you didn't choose to use protection? Was it a conscious choice? Did you want to have the baby? How did you get into the situation?
Regardless of what I did personally, I just think that abstinence is the only way that you can effectively 100% foolproof way to prevent pregnancy.
It is, but it's a difficult choice, right?
It
I mean,
is.
for you, it proved to not be the way.
Yeah.
So how do you bridge the two for kids? You say, don't do it, don't have the sex, but you did. So how do you put those two together?
I'm not quite sure. I just want to go out there and just promote abstinence and just say this is the safest choice. This is the choice that's going to prevent teen pregnancy and prevent a lot of heartache.
So now your life is different. You're a mom. You're still just 19. But what is a day in the life for you now?
Well, I wake up from the few hours of sleep that I get, and then it's off to school and bottles and diapers and just taking care of my son.
So you take care of the son. You have help. You're still at home with your parents,
Yeah.
obviously. You still have chores.
Yeah.
You still have to do things around the house?
Yeah, of course.
How does it work? What do they have you doing there?
Dishes, constantly laundry, and just cooking and cleaning.
Boy, oh boy. And now, when you look back on this, of course, you see the child as a blessing. Every parent does. But how do you look at your life and make the decision about, well, I wish this hadn't happened? Where are you on that? What do you regret in this?
Well, my son is a blessing. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and he's the love of my life. But I really do wish that years from now I could have had the same son.
Because it's hard for you, right? Because you want to say, I wish I hadn't done this, but then
Yeah.
you wouldn't have Trip.
Yeah, exactly.
You just wish it had been later.
Yeah, of course.
But if you had to go back and do it again, would you do it the same way?
I would have waited to have sex, obviously.
And now as you go forward, the decision becomes, well, who's going to be in his life, who wasn't? You're such a young person that being in a lasting relationship is a giant decision to make. What do you decide about how you let the father, Levi Johnston, be in this child's life? What are you going to do about that?
Well, I'd love Levi to be a part of his life, and I know that he will be.
So you're good on that. No matter how you feel about the father, about Levi, you do want him in the child's life.
Yeah,
Why?
of course. Every child needs a father.
And you have that maturity where you get along with him because it's better for
Yeah.
the kid. And now, let me ask you about a little different part of the experience of the media and your family during the campaign.
Okay.
Did you come to see the media as an enemy because of all the attention on your mom?
Most of the things they were saying about us were just complete lies, so I didn't really pay attention to it. I don't have time to.
The parodies, the Tina Fey like got a whole burst to her career by imitating your mom. What did you make of that?
I'm not quite sure. I really didn't even pay attention to most of it.
Your mom has been taking the high road. She says, yeah, it's funny. It's funny impersonation. But weird for your family to go through all that?
Yeah, it's unreal.
And going forward, what is you put yourself out there as the team ambassador. We're going to talk about that more. But is it important for you to be in the public light, or do you want to have a phase of this and move away?
I don't see myself as a celebrity. I don't want to be one, but I think that using this experience in my life to help others is just, I think it's a blessing.
And why do you think your message will have resonance with other teens?
Because I'm relatable, and I am a teen myself.
But you're asking them to make a decision that's not popular with a lot of teens.
Yeah.
Right? Most of their heads are more of, well, have safe sex. Be
Yeah.
safe. Avoid disease. Avoid unwanted pregnancy.
Yeah.
You're not saying that.
I'm saying that there's one way to prevent it, and that's not having sex.
But you yourself have gone back and forth about it, right? You used to say that it's not realistic.
I
to
think
push
that
abstinence.
quote was definitely taken out of context, but I do think it's realistic. It's definitely the harder choice, but it's the safest choice, and it's the best choice.
Well, you made the choices you made, but now you have Trip,
Yeah.
and everything is good there, right?
Yeah, he's such a blessing.
Well, you look great. I wish you good luck. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
This will be your first Mother's Day, and I'll see you later this afternoon. We'll talk later on about the work you're trying to do as a teen ambassador with the Candies
All right,
Foundation.
awesome. Thank you.
Bristol, thank you very much. Pleasure
you.
to you. Pleasure to you.